Listen up or run for cover. Dropping knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. The real Brad Lee is dropping bombs.
What it is, Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, I've got an interesting fellow. His name is three, actually. His three names is John Spencer Ellis. What's cracking, John?
Doing well. Yeah, my mom gave me a long name. What am I going to do? That's why people call me JSE. It's just easier.
Well, you know, everybody's got three names. Most people, anyway.
Right.
They just don't use them all.
This is true.
But yours sounds cool.
Well, I did it to create distinction.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you did that. John Spencer Ellis. Don't call him John and don't call him Ellis. Call him John
Just rolls
Spencer
off the tongue.
Ellis. Does anybody call you anything else? You got any buddies that known you for years that just call you frickin' Johnny?
Yeah, actually, my best friends call me Johnny.
So they don't run with the distinction model.
Because they knew me preceding anything public that I used the full name. Yeah.
They knew you before the persona began.
Yeah, well, that's debatable if there's a persona.
Right. Oh, there's a persona.
Oh, is that
all
right? Okay.
Oh, sure. I can see you walking a mile away.
Is that right?
Yeah, if you guys know John Spencer Ellis, well, then you know he's a can of fun, aren't you?
A large can of fun.
So welcome to the show. I don't know if you've ever heard Dropping Bombs before. I'm sure, you know, most people come in here and claim that they do, you know, but they don't. Like I had one guest, I won't say her name, Nicole Arbor, who claimed that she watched it all the time. And at that point, it was only an audio. So, Nicole, if you're listening, I know you were full of shit. But she's a cool chick. You know Nicole Arbor?
I don't.
She's the girl she's, you know, comedian, kind of definitely an influencer, gets millions of views on YouTube. She always talks about politically incorrect things.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah, she's awesome. And now she's a new Lightspeed VT client. She's going to literally teach companies and businesses and experts how to create viral videos, because there is a skill to it, and how to sell to millennials, how to build, you know, a brand online that like has authenticity, etc.
I like her already because she's not politically correct. I mean, look, we don't need to be mean to people. We don't need to be rude. However, in addition to that, I think that political correctness has made us liars.
Yeah.
Because we often don't say
Well-
what we think and feel.
Well-
Even though you don't have to be a jerk, I think political correctness has made us liars.
Well, when you say us and we, you must have a turd in your pocket, because I don't.
You're not a fan of that, I'm guessing.
No, I tell the truth. You know why? The truth is the fastest way
To get what you want.
to frickin' make shit happen.
Agreed. Yeah.
Now, if you didn't know what that little sound was, that sound's called a bomb. And our job today, John Spencer Ellis, is to just shoot the shit, talk about challenges, situations, things that are going on in the world, people that are having problems, whether it's you, me, or our parents, and anyone for that matter. And, you know, maybe we talk about a solution or a discussion in regards to how you got past it or they got past it. And next thing you know, we're dropping bombs on frickin' problems. And the bomb squad's listening intently, especially when they hear the bomb. The bomb just simply means, man, pay attention, because what just came out of someone's mouth was gold.
A gold bomb.
That's why I just freaking dropped a bomb on what I said. Do you remember what I said?
In which
A minute
which
ago.
segment?
There was only two bombs. Segment? Shit. we haven't been on for a minute yet. You're talking about segments? Approximately how long do you think we've been talking?
4.5 minutes.
Damn, pretty damn good. 4:21, 22. Yep, you're paying attention, bro. All right, so anyway, our job is to freaking drop bombs on problems and situations or things that are happening. Now, I know your expertise, right? John Spencer Ellis is, and by the way, if you guys want to check him out or follow him, go to johnspencerellis.com or follow him at John Spencer Ellis, just like it sounds. And you can look him up later. But ultimately what you do is you teach coaches and mentors and gurus and people like that, influencers, how to create and flourish an online business?
Well, there's two aspects to my career. The main business, the one that I've actually started way back June 1st, 1992, right after Al Gore invented the internet.
Damn, you've got a hell of a memory.
I know if that's not a fact, but
Yeah, but you must have said this a while. I always find it interesting where people can tell me the exact dates on shit.
I just remember that.
You know,
I
it was
always remember.
Thursday, July 7th, 94, that my mother came, and I'm thinking, how in the fuck can you remember
The humidity
that
was
exact
67%.
day?
Yeah, you know what it is? I just remember that because everything started for me that day. I moved into a studio apartment and I started my business, and everything started that same day, and that was June 1st, 1992. And so that's when I started my fitness business. And then over time, it evolved into NESTA, the National Exercise and Sports Trainers Association.
Nice. That's another thing you do.
Well, that's actually what most people know me for, is things in the fitness and martial arts and personal development space, educating trainers and coaches. We're a nationally accredited school, and we've worked with 65,000 people in 65 countries.
You can remember the exact date, but you don't know how many people you've helped.
It depends which program and how you segregate the schools, because there's 4 different divisions.
Which one's the Martial Arts Academy?
The MMA Conditioning Association. So this is an interesting story. So preceding 2010, my only martial art was Kung Fu, which is obviously not a primary martial art in the UFC. And so
Kung Fu.
Yeah, that was my original. I did that for 12 years.
Yeah, but Kung Fu, that sounds like that's like the one everyone picks when they don't know shit.
Well, you know what? There's merit to every martial art.
No, I'm not saying they don't know shit. I mean, like, if I were gonna make one up.
Oh.
Like, dude, I'm a black belt in Kung Fu. Either Kung Fu or karate.
It just sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Kung Fu.
No Kung Fu Panda either. It's actually Northern Shaolin Ying Jiao Pai Eagle Claw.
What was Steven Seagal?
He is a master of Aikido. He's actually very good. I know, like, his hair looks ridiculous and all those
he's
things.
real.
He's very, very good. He is one of the highest ranking Aikido practitioners in America.
Yeah, he's for real.
Yeah, no, he really is very, very good. He's just weird.
Are
eccentric.
you a Kung Fu expert?
I have a 2nd degree black belt in Kung Fu. I mean, but
So
are there people better than me? Of course.
Has anybody ever like talked shit at a bar and regretted it?
Once in a convenience store.
Did they regret it?
Yeah, I beat the shit out of them.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was, because I didn't start it.
It's always it's always more fun. It's always more fun when hey, do me a favor. Tell him 45 minutes. Apologize for the delay. I'm on a damn bomb episode. But anyway, it's always more fun when someone's being a prick and you're surrounded by the ladies or witnesses, and then you say something cool like, dude, you're 3 seconds from the most embarrassing moment of your life. And you can back it up.
And you're about to shart yourself. Yeah.
And you can back it up, though, because you'd look dumb doing all that and then getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, but the thing is, and now I've done many other martial arts. However, there's always someone better. There's always someone stronger. There's always someone with better technique. And I am the last person to go and cause problems. I'm the last person to go pick a fight. And
Not to mention MMA, dude. An MMA dude will kick your fucking head in.
Well, if someone doesn't, well, you know,
they'll tackle you.
Well,
them wrestlers.
It depends what it
dude,
is.
Dude, look, Conor McGregor just got his ass handed to him by old Khabib. And it's, by the way, Habib. But Habib basically out-wrestled him. Well, groundwork.
Well,
that's not Kung Fu. Kung Fu's throwing and kicking and punching.
They're all different. But Habib's background is in Sambo, which is the Russian equivalent of MMA. It's not exactly the same, but it has basically they wear shorts, like MMA shorts, and then a gi top. And there's judo throws, wrestling, and boxing involved, and it's called Sambo. But judo is very, very big in Russia. But
boxing's another one. Like if you can only pick 2 things to learn, what would they be?
You know, I'm super kick heavy because I have black belts in other kicking arts as well, and so I'm more of a striker. But if I had to do just 2 things that you can do your whole life and that'd be easier, it'd be wrestling and boxing for sure.
Well, what if you just wanted to be able to protect yourself in any situation, and you could only have one skill?
Oh God, this is the hardest part, because there's so much opinion, so much conjecture, and there's a lot of good people. I've seen a Taekwondo guy who has crappy hands but do a wheel kick and knock a guy's head off, and he's unconscious for an hour too. Like, you just don't know. You have to, that's why be nice to people, shut up, and don't cause problems. Just be nice to people.
Well, there's a bomb right there. See, you just earned a bomb, didn't even know it, folks. Listen up what he just said. That's why it doesn't matter how badass you are. There's a lot of dicks out there that have the ability to kick someone's ass, and they walk around like a dick.
Yeah,
you shouldn't do that.
Just be nice to people. But I get asked this all the time.
Of course, most. And by the way, if I don't interrupt you, I forget. But most people with a skill, like a true skill, they don't walk around like a dick. That's how you really know if someone's tough, because they are being nice. And the big mouths are usually the ones that don't know shit. They're just not afraid to freaking get in a scrap.
But it's because they've never gone and worked with someone who's a highly skilled martial artist. Because those guys come into a class, and then the first time, let me tell you a really funny story. Those guys don't last long, because the first day of sparring, and you leg kick them or you smack them really hard, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, this hurts. People punch back, and you've been practicing this. I got in 3 street fights since I was 4. You guys beat each other up every day. Maybe I have a lot to learn. But I'll tell you a funny story, and I believe the lady's name, it was Carla Esparza, who was the UFC champion. My buddy is her strength and conditioning coach. And she was at a gym, I think this was Colin Oyama's gym in Orange County where she trains. And some douchebag comes in off the street going, yeah, I'm going to spar, and I already know this, and blah, 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 blah. And he's talking crap, typical thing. It's just like you guys just shut up, be nice to people, drop the bomb. And then shut up and be nice to people.
I decide when the bomb's dropped.
Okay, sorry, forgive me. So he's like, yeah, Colin, I think, says, you bring your sparring gear? He goes, yeah, great. He goes, put on your gloves. You're going against her. And she beat the shit out of him.
That's awesome.
He never came back.
Well, of course. He was embarrassed.
That's awesome, though. But that's why, just shut up and be nice to people. If people, I train at a gym, a private gym, and I'm in there every week with guys from Bellator. Bisping is in there, Chris Cyborg, a lot of guys that fight in K1 fights, and jiu-jitsu world champions, just incredibly talented people, and you'd never know they're mutant killers, and they're so nice. But like you said, when you see someone on the street and they kind of act like a jerk, and then I just see them move. I see them do like 2 or 3 movements. I'm like, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're going to get cracked. Because you can see the way they move, or their hands are too low, or they doing stupid stuff. You've seen it, like got some drunk guy at a bar. I don't go to bars. I don't do that stuff. I don't want to be around those kind of people. But the guy who's quiet, that just goes, just kind of nods his head, that's the guy you have to be worried about, because he doesn't have an adrenaline dump. If you have an adrenaline dump, you lose your peripheral vision, you lose your fine motor skills, and you can't respond the way you're supposed to. But the guy who stays chill, that's the guy who's going to crack you.
Well, not me, because I don't talk shit.
I never talk shit to anybody. Never. I'm
as kind as a bumblebee. So you said you moved into a studio apartment January 1, 1922.
Not the 22.
What was it?
It was just close. Who's paying attention? How many minutes are we at now?
13:37.
Thank you. It was June 1st, 1992.
That's what I said.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, so June 1st, 1992, you moved into a studio, and now you live in some big penthouse. You got a bunch of dough. You're wearing Hugo Boss camouflage. No, that's something.
I don't know. This is
You're slick now.
Vincini, yeah.
So at the end of the day,
I got my Louis Vuitton kicks on.
Yeah, how'd you make all this dough?
I made dough selling online courses and educational programs.
No shit?
Yeah, imagine that. You might know some people who do that.
I know a few people that do that.
But I say it's been a 25-year overnight success. I literally started with $2,000. I got all the way down to $20, and I didn't even have enough money to buy a bed. I slept on the floor of my apartment with less than 400 square feet, and I swear this is true. I would put my car in neutral to coast downhill to save gas. And
well, that's frugal.
I'm sorry. And then you remember the Sizzler? I don't even know if they have those anymore.
Sure.
I would go to Sizzler. Lunch was like $3 with a coupon, and I would gorge myself. And then
salad bar?
on the salad bar, and it's soup and crackers and stuff. And then I would bring a backpack. I'm not proud of this, however, it's true. And I would put it like muffins and like crackers and all this stuff in it. So I had dinner that night and something to eat the next day.
So you had no loot.
I was broke.
So how'd you get past that? There's a lot of people out there right now in the same situation, and they're thinking the future looks bleak.
Well, what happened is I started with $2,000, and that's not a lot, especially starting in California. And I made a lot of stupid mistakes. This is a true story. It sounds crazy, but it's a true story. This is in the 90s. And I had $20, and I went to Borders Books. You remember those physical things that hold books and that they used to exist in a mall? Yeah, it was a Borders bookstore. So I went to one of those.
Are those all out now?
I don't know if there's any left. I know a lot are gone. I don't know. Maybe
Barnes and Noble.
Maybe one of your listeners can tell us. I don't know. Well, Barnes and Noble, I think there's probably some, but I think Borders is dust.
I remember it.
So I went there, $20 left, and I went to the self-help, personal development, business, advertising, marketing stuff, and I went through all that. And I found a book.
What'd that cost you?
The book?
Yeah.
It was less than $20 because I had enough to get lunch on the way home. I remember.
Let's talk about how important it is for somebody to invest in themselves. Because ultimately, what you did, even though you were coasting to save gas, you felt it necessary to buy a $20 book, which $20 was a lot. So that could be the equivalent of somebody investing $200 on a course or $300 on a course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what made you feel that an investment of that magnitude with such limited resources would be prudent?
Oh my gosh. The book, I'll tell you that the book was Confessions of the Shameless Self-Promoter by Debbie Allen. And she ended up being a mentor of mine. And then we've actually collaborated. She was in my movie, The Compass, that I made. And I just learned how to be a shameless self-promoter. And anyone who's known me for the 25 plus years I've been in business knows exactly that. It's pretty shameless and continual, never ending. And it has to be, because if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you. And as long as you add value and have fun, good timing.
Another bomb.
I like that. I didn't even know that was bomb worthy. I feel
sure it is, dude. People don't understand, man. They want to. People get told to remain humble. Well, dude, I agree. I agree. You should remain nice and you should remain that. But when you look up the word humble, it basically means to have an opinion of low. I think officially it's to have a low opinion of one's importance. Now, when you're comparing yourself to God or something magnificent, I understand humble, but you can't walk around this world being humble. And too many people, yes, you can. No, dude, I'm talking about by definition. It says you cannot walk around with a low opinion of your importance. You need to walk around with a high opinion of your importance. You need to be able to promote yourself to everyone you meet, everywhere you go, because if you don't, who will? And you're going to sit around thinking, I'm not going to tell everybody how good I am and what I can do and how I can help. I'm just going to sit here and be humble. Well, guess what? The whole world passes you by. Next thing you know, you're a fucking old man sitting there, wasted potential, wasted life. I think life is best spent figuring out first how to help yourself to be in a position to help others. So people asked me the other day, what's your definition of success? What's your definition, by the way?
I get asked this often, and
don't steal my answer.
Because
when I tell you my answer, you're gonna want to steal that.
And it's very personal. I will say that I'll preemptively say the definition of success is highly personal to each person who wants to achieve it.
See, that's another thing I say. Listen, there is no key to success. It's a combination, and everyone has their own. What I think is successful may not be what you do.
Right.
And you are right. Everyone should identify what is successful to them and go after it, because when you're chasing just general success, you end up attaining something and having no value in it, and then you're wondering, why do I not feel so great, and why is there still this yearning in this hole? Well, it's because you're chasing someone else's idea of what success is.
Yeah, for me, it is being able to do what I want, when I want, with whomever I want, however I choose to do it, and for whatever duration.
No.
Well, we mean no.
I said yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you just said it was personal, damn it.
No, it is.
Okay.
Although, and that's a good one. Everyone has their own, which a lot of people would have yours. Because it's a pretty good one to be able to do anything you want, whenever you want, with whomever you want, for as long as you want.
Yeah, when I it's so funny because I remember speaking to my mother, who's 82 now, and I said, "Well, what is it like when your friends, they've retired?" Because they were not. My dad was entrepreneurial, but my mom worked for Rockwell and Boeing, so pretty traditional, big corporate lifestyle, retirement pension, all that kind of stuff. And when her friends retired, they said, what's the difference? Because they felt that was like freedom or success at that point, because they had accrued enough and lived, below their means, whatever that means to people. And she just says, if you want to sleep in, you sleep in. And if you want to stay on vacation a day longer, you can. If you want to get the good wine, instead of looking at the price in the menu, you get the good wine. It's little things like that where you don't feel encumbered or restricted by things that normally would restrict most people.
Encumbered. I like that.
Encumbered. I can do it with resonance in my voice too. You like that? Smooth, silky.
Certainly I do. So let me ask you this. Now, my definition of success, now this is just mine, and you'll have never heard it before because it's mine. You know what I'm saying? I used to say the one you said until I decided I want to make my own. Because yours is a good one.
All right.
Mine is simple. My definition of success, when I feel successful, is going to be when I've generated enough abundance to give generously.
Yeah. Yeah, that ties in with what I believe and feel as well. That's good.
Like you get so much, you can give out a ton and not even feel it. To me, that's successful.
Yeah, and
people say they're both financial. What about your spirituality?
But that is tied into it.
What about your relationships?
Oh God, people have such a skewed perspective about finances. That's why they're broke.
That's right. That's right.
That can be spiritual. If you're fulfilled at a heart level because you can give and make a positive impact in people's lives, that's success.
It's a nuclear war around here now, folks. We're dropping them. Listen up, because we're not talking shit. Too many people have been taught to believe otherwise. What's funny is a lot of my clients, and obviously yours as well, teach people things and make a lot of money that way. And a lot of people think, well, the only way you got rich is by selling people how to get rich. Well, first of all, that's not necessarily the truth, because a lot of people teach different things and get rich by doing it. But at the end of the day, you listening? At the end of the day, what does it frickin' matter as long as you're frickin' giving?
Right.
And the highest form of expression for love is giving. Like, think about when you get your kids something awesome, or you get your wife something unbelievable that makes her go crazy. How do you feel? Makes you feel awesome. Everybody feels awesome when they give. But growing up, we're taught shit. So all these people making money on teaching people things, because Lightspeed has, from a end user perspective, we probably do, I'd say 100 to 200. Let me think. What do we make here? We probably do $300 million a year in revenue. Not us, Lightspeed, yet. Our clients collectively. Right. $300 million for teaching people.
That's how much runs through the system.
Yeah. Teaching people things. So far. It's going to be billions here in the next 2 years. But right now, people are paying $300 million just to access Lightspeed through whatever client we have and learn something. When in reality, it's more important sometimes what you unlearn. Oh, that's a good.
To become unencumbered.
No, that's just, but that's it. Think about that, folks. Think about that while you're driving around in your car. Man, what do I need to learn? Folks, a lot of you need to unlearn. You need to freaking get rid of some shit that you were told. You need to get rid of some beliefs that you have.
Isn't there a Buddhist proverb about someone who wants more tea, but their cup is already full?
I don't know.
It's and I'm paraphrasing this because I'm going to totally butcher this now that I started the story. But essentially, it's like a Chinese proverb or a Buddhist proverb, and someone wants more, but their cup is already full. So you have to give some away, or sip what you want, or pour it out if it's not serving you, or if it's not the right temperature anymore, and then you can take more in. So you have to kind of share the knowledge. My buddy always told me there's no monopoly on brains.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell you this. I always say, look, the Bible says the cup should overfloweth, right? So people that think they need to be broke because it's, evil to have money, no. The Bible says the cup runneth over. The problem is when my cup runneth over, I fill up other cups of other people. Mm-hmm. Most people just run and get another cup. Like, dude, if your cup runneth over, let the overflow fill up other people's cups. How about that there?
No, I love being in the service of other people and doing more charity work in the last few years with a charity that I'm involved with called Miracles for Kids.
Love kids. I love helping kids, dude.
Yeah.
I got a DUI one time, and as part of my community service, I had to go rearrange and file microfilm. It was called microfiche.
Yeah.
And literally,
old school.
Yeah, you had to read the file and the names and shit to put them in the right order. So I would read, a little bit of the cases. And dude, there is some freaking crazy messed up shit happening to kids in the world. Mm-hmm. And ever since that day, dude, I was literally like freaking tearing up. And I don't cry for shit. And I was like getting teary-eyed reading that like these little 6-year-old kids had to freaking endure this crazy shit. Like there's crazy shit going on in the world. So kids is my number one thing to help.
Yeah, it feels good, and this charity in particular, I believe it's 91% of the money raised goes to the bottom line directly to the kids with cancer. 91%, which is, I'm not going to name names of other charities, but there are some other ones that you would know about, and less than 8% of the money goes to the bottom line.
Do you know why?
Yeah,
because it's the law.
Well, it's the law. Well, it's the
law.
Nonprofits are some of the most profitable businesses in the world.
Yeah, but they have to give a certain percentage by law to be considered quote unquote a nonprofit.
501c3.
Yeah, and I think it's like 8 or 10%, and that means that somebody's pocketing and living large. And,
a lot of bonuses.
Yeah. Well, any charity that I ever am a part of, if I'm ever a part of one, like where it's mine, like when I start a foundation, 100% will go to where it's going.
Yeah, I was just thinking, before we started the show, we were talking about our age that we're coming up on, and I'm thinking about people who are around our age or just a little bit older passing away, and it kind of freaks me out. And then
Paul Allen,
that's what I'm getting at. He's only 65. I think he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He had, I believe.
I don't get that whole thing. It's non-Hodgkin's as opposed to Hodgkin's.
Yeah, I am not.
Isn't every other kind of lymphoma non-Hodgkin's?
I don't know. Maybe someone on your team can look that up and we can address it. I honestly
All I
don't
know is if there's non-Hodgkin's, then you would think that there's Hodgkin's. And if there's Hodgkin's, then every other form of lymphoma is non-Hodgkin's.
God, that's some deep philosophy right there. I don't know the answer.
Neither do I.
But I'm thinking he's 65 years old, passes away. He's probably worth 30 billion. I don't know.
26.1.
Okay, well, pretty close. 26.1. I believe he had the largest private motor yacht in the world, at least at one point. It was over
motor yacht?
Well, technically that's what it's called. It's a motor yacht. Yeah.
As opposed to a what? Sailing yacht?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to be in that space.
Well,
yeah.
The only yacht I'll ever get caught in is a motor yacht.
Yeah,
man.
No, it's a motor yacht or a sailing yacht.
Yeah, he had a couple of them.
It was over 300 and something feet, one of the largest
I've
ever
seen
in the
it.
world. And now, like, he's 65. He worked his butt off. He is a game changer. Our world is different in part because of his efforts.
Well, let me just tell you something. I love the dude to death. Glad for what he did. But anyone that dies with $26 billion did the wrong things. Now, they did the right things to accumulate it, but how in the hell would you have $26 billion? Well, maybe he died right in the middle of doing shit, but my point is God darn it, if I had $26 billion, I'd only have one because I'd give 25 away.
Well, and maybe it was all in stock and he didn't liquidate. I don't know.
Or something. But I mean, and he probably, and I know he was very charitable. So anybody listening, I'm not knocking old Paul Allen. I'm making a point.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is die broke because you can't take it with you.
I heard Les Brown say, he said, live full, die empty.
Yeah. Same thing. I'm just saying right there. I'm going to bomb it. Pay attention, folks. Listen, you accumulate wealth your whole life and you don't have a freaking plan to give it out when you die. And by the way, Paul may have. He was very generous. So was old Bill and so was old Warren and those guys. So
yeah. Well, you know what's crazy? Bono has done more for humanity than almost anyone else on the planet.
Well, I know old Paul Allen wanted to save elephants.
Well, that's noble. That's cool.
Yeah,
Everyone has to have a cause.
Blah, blah. Elephants, dude. There's kids getting abused. There's people starving.
But
let's take care of each other and worry about the elephants later.
Well, there's enough. He has enough money that he can contribute a great deal to multiple causes.
I know.
I think you have to find out what makes
I love rhinos, but if it was down to saving the last rhino or helping a kid get out of an abusive household, there's no question.
Yeah, I get it.
For me, anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm not questioning Paul. I'm just envious of a success that I lack.
Yeah, but you're alive and you're healthy.
Hey. And let me tell you something. I'd give up it all. I'd give up anything to make sure that stays true. Mm-hmm. Most people, dude, they run and gun and burn the candles at both ends and they grind their face off and they listen to Gary Vee and these gurus that say you have to frickin' grind. You don't have to frickin' grind. Personally, I have never ground.
The past tense.
Yeah, again, by definition, I've never grinded 18 hours a day and sacrificed, my health.
So how many hours a week do you put in on average?
Well, it depends because I consider myself working every hour because if you called me, then I'll answer and I'll do a little work, but I don't call that work either.
When I text you, you get back with me within 20 minutes. It's pretty good.
I do pretty much anybody because I don't consider that work. Like, what I consider work is you have a shovel, you have a hatchet, you have a freaking sledgehammer, you got a freaking rake, your hands are blistered when you get home. Like, that's work, man.
Yeah.
So I don't work like that. I don't like that work.
No, and I did that kind of work growing up and through part of college, and man, I had enough.
I did it for I think 2, maybe 5 days. I can't even remember.
I used to work in a lumber yard.
I put it out of my head.
That was hard work.
I worked in a lumber yard. I pulled green chain. You know what that is?
Green chain.
Yeah, they call it green chain.
I'm guessing it's wet wood.
No, it's wet wood that's not completely done yet, but it's green because they just freaking cut it down.
Yeah.
It comes in and then they make 2x4s with this one green chain. Then you can have plywood green chains, but ultimately, man, you just stand there and as it comes down, slide it off and stick it where it goes. It's a pretty easy job.
I used to load trucks with lumber for 8 hours
with a forklift.
Sometimes depends on the size of the load.
See, that ain't work. You mow your lawn with a freaking riding lawnmower, bitch. That ain't work. I think that's fun. Matter of fact,
a forklift is fun.
Matter of fact, if a forklift's fun, a bobcat's fun, a riding lawnmower.
I used to drive a bobcat too.
So did I. That was fun. But see, that's fun. I don't consider that work. People can say it's a job, and it is, and it's work by definition because you're getting paid for it. But at the end of the day, work to me. You have something in your hands and you get home sore.
The people that build roofs on homes in August in Vegas.
That's work
hard. The guys
But it's not necessarily the people on the roof. It's the sumbitches hauling up the shingles to those people.
It's hard work, man.
Yeah, but still, dude, it's hard work.
It makes you want to use leverage.
It makes me want to not do it.
Yeah.
And anybody that's out there working their ass off like that, I got to freaking respect and admire them even more so than a rich person.
If they want to just go sit and do nothing and drink a beer and watch the game, it makes sense to me after working that hard, especially in the sun.
Yeah, well, I got to think both ways, though, because I respect them for doing it, but I also think that they're ridiculously limited in mind if they think that is literally the only way to make money in the world. But thankfully, they're willing to do it because then I can have them do my work because everybody needs to do it. The question is are there people to hire? You know, one time I went to Mexico, I couldn't find a place to get regular breakfast. Then it was very difficult to find any place open at all. And I'm talking about like the town. I'm not talking about the resort. We left and I'm thinking, let's just get some breakfast. There was no breakfast anywhere. There was no restaurants open anywhere. Then we finally found one and they didn't have any regular food. They just had like tortillas and just shit I didn't want. I wanted like, you know, freaking chicken fried steak and bacon and shit like that. But I found one open and I was like so immediately grateful that they were open. It's like, man, thank God you will do this for us. So all the roofers and ditch diggers and manual laborers out there, I appreciate you.
Yeah. There was a guy cleaning my windows sitting on like a swing outside the penthouse. Crazy. And and it was getting a little windy too. And it was hot. And I'm thinking, I appreciate you. And I think you're nuts.
Yeah. Well, I also think maybe what's limiting them, unless they just enjoy it. There's some people that enjoy hard work. I mean, I have an uncle that freaking literally enjoys going out and freaking working the farm where they're baling the hay and they're pounding in the freaking, you know, fences and shit. And it's hard cowboy work.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why cowboys are freaking tough.
They are tough people.
They do some freaking work, man, and they're not afraid of it.
That's right.
Like my wife's family always makes fun of me. They say I'm a lotion and cologne kind of guy. And I'm like, well, first of all, that's not a put down to me. And second of all, that's not true. Like if I have to do the work, I will. And I have, and I will. But if you don't have to, why do you? Like if I can call you to come over and wash my car, come wash my car.
I can leverage my time.
I've gotten up in the morning and thought I'm going to wash the car myself. And after frickin' I've done it, I'm thinking, Jesus, I can't believe they only charge $20 to do this. Like I'd rather give someone $20.
Yeah,
I can
be more productive.
I can wash my laundry on a rock, but I'd rather throw it in the machine, right? It did, you know. There's folks. There's better ways to do things, but at the end of the day, we are limited in mindset. Do you agree?
I think
you should have said, "Who's we?" You got a turd in your pocket?
Who's we? No, I hear Ed Milet talk about this a lot, and it's about confidence. It's what we believe is possible. Because if you don't believe something at all is possible, you won't take any steps in the right direction to make it a reality because you think no matter what you do, it won't happen. So it's the confidence in believing that you can have a fruition of whatever it is that you want to do.
Have you already had that? Have you always had that, I mean?
I think it ebbs and flows at times. The biggest challenge, or let me rephrase this. The best way to overcome lack of confidence is through education and better understanding. And as soon as you can be more well educated and have a better understanding of the process, even if it's incomplete, because it's never going to be complete because things change rapidly, especially in today's world. But if you have more knowledge, you will overcome more of your own objections and you will gain more confidence and it will move you in the direction you want to go faster and with more exactness. But it's never perfect and it's never going to be. I think the people that I see that struggle in life or business or personal success or whatever it is they think they have to have all the answers before they start. And I have never had all the answers before I start. And most people I know who are really successful also never had a comprehensive business plan.
Not on the business plan. You don't need all the answers before you start.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah.
Direct
the bomb to the right quote, please.
I've never had a business plan.
I haven't either.
Yeah. So like you don't need a business plan to win. You don't need nothing. You need to take action
every day.
And you need to learn to sell.
Yeah.
And you need to have confidence and you need to stay prepared and you need to build relationships and you need to nurture relationships and you need to freaking put value above money, meaning if I can make $1 million from you and I know that when we're done, you're not going to like me much, or I can make 100,000 with you and we'll have a relationship that's valued. I'll take the 100 grand all day, every day.
You're going to feel better in the end too.
Not only that, but dude, you're going to go tell 20 people,
That's
dude,
right.
You really need to do business with that guy. Now I'm going to make $1 million anyway. And I'm going to have a bunch of people that say it's lonely at the top. That's only because you're not helping anyone else get there.
Well, I wouldn't say it's always lonely, but there might be more room at times.
Well, it's lonely up there because people won't do what it takes. But again, I mean, it's not, I'm not at the top, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but when I get there, I guarantee it ain't going to be lonely because I'm bringing people with me.
Yeah, but you know what? What is the top? People, I have friends who have seen some of the things that I've done, and they think I'm at the top. Maybe it's because it's at the top of the building, so it's metaphoric. But I know I have so much to learn and so far to go, and I'm in my infancy in all of that.
How much you make last year?
I never discuss my earnings. I never discuss.
Well, you
my
never
earnings.
discuss it publicly, you mean? Because of course you discuss.
I discuss it with my CPA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I never do that. And part of the reason is because
is it over 7 figures?
Yes.
Well, then most people would consider that the top. The question is how far can you go? Well, when you start getting into the billions, like look at what's his name? What's his name? Bezos.
Yeah.
What's he worth? So it's like 160 billion.
Is it 160? I know it's gone up recently, rapidly.
Yeah, but 160 billion, dude, you don't need to be worth that much money. Ever, anyone. If you have,
I don't know how liquid that is, though.
Well, it doesn't matter if you have and how are they judging it? But let's pretend it's liquid. If I had 160 billion dollars, and I didn't give at least 100 billion away, well, then I think you missed the point of having that kind of success.
I have a feeling the way they did his valuation was based on the amount of stock he owns and the perception of the value of Amazon and future earnings, but not necessarily what he has in his own piggy bank. I think that has very little to do with his valuation.
Yeah, probably. But still, man, there's people out there with liquid billions and they just keep it. And I don't understand that. Like, once you have all the houses you want and you realize that your money will make you enough money to live the rest of your life and the rest of your kids' life and the rest of their life, when do you start frickin' saying, I'm going to help other people attain this? Whether it be, and by the way, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that do it, but there's a lot of people that don't. And I just don't get the mindset of those people. Do you? If you had $1 billion, would you give any away?
Of course. I don't want to dip into the principle, but I would because you're going to start losing what you can.
Yeah, you got to take care of yourself first, folks.
Right. Yeah.
Like when people say, "Well, then Brad, why don't you give more money away?" Dude, I'm still freaking needing some. I'm not to a point yet where I don't need any more money.
Right.
I don't have gorgeous houses all over the planet. I don't have a G550.
You know what? I thought I wanted all that, and now I realize I don't.
I want 3 houses.
Why?
Well, and by the way, I mean, I could go technically get them now, but I would be restricting my ability to grow.
I can tell you I have 3 houses.
I just want 3.
And
a lake house?
And it doesn't matter.
I know, but I want a lake house. I want a lake house to escape the heat of Vegas. I want a Vegas house. And then I want a beach house. Everywhere else, it will be a hotel. And technically, I could do the beach hotel too, but a beach house, a lake house, because I like lakes way more than beaches, and a Vegas house. Vegas for taxes, and this is just a cool ass city.
Well, that's why I'm here.
And at the end of the day, when someone rolls up and says, "Hey, what'd you pay in taxes?" I can say, "Dude, I live in Vegas."
Well, you have federal tax. You just don't have any state tax.
I can't believe people aren't moving out of California in droves.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure.
Okay. Because this is something near and dear to my heart. I have been in Vegas now about 6 or 7 years. From California, born and raised in California, Orange County. I grew up 1 mile from the Tragic Kingdom. And California is beautiful. The people are great. And yes, there's all the really good-looking men and women because they all went there to go be in Hollywood, and whether they made it or not, they started having babies, and now there's just more and more people that are good-looking people in California. And there's great business opportunity. There's a lot of tech in Southern California as well. The Silicon Valley, obviously, it does very well. But San Francisco, New York, and Honolulu are the 3 most expensive cities in the world, or is it the world? No, in America to live. I think Hong Kong is one of the highest in the world. It's ridiculous what it is per square foot. It's like thousands of dollars per square foot to get a place.
Well, that's
in
because
Hong
there's
Kong.
70 billion people there.
Right. I mean, it's well, 70 billion, but I know what you mean.
700 billion?
1 billion
2
people.
trillion people live in Hong Kong.
So California, if it weren't for
I always say this. Once upon a time, there were 2 Chinese people. Now look.
alcohol, that's what got it going. And they just kept going. Look, California is amazing. They are so dumb in Sacramento. And it's not necessarily
That's the
one
capital?
part. Sacramento, yes. It's not necessarily one party or the other that is fully responsible or whatever. They all screw up. And there's actually a guy who lives in my building here in Vegas, and he's from California as well. And we were talking about, gosh, we love California, but we had to leave because they're just make it so difficult, especially if you have employees in California. You basically, as an employer, have no rights. Even if you're a really good person, you have basically no rights. The employees have all the rights, and they can screw you over even if you're a really good employer and are very fair. But he said he was at a dinner party, and Governor Jerry Brown was at the dinner party, and he said, "Governor, can I ask you a question?" He says, "Do you know that there's a mass exodus from your state from wealthy people who are tired of paying for essentially everything in California and not receiving a lot in return?" And he says, "Yeah, I know that they're leaving. I don't care." That's what he said at this dinner party. This is up in Northern California. He doesn't care that the people that are paying the vast majority of the taxes are leaving the state in mass exodus. Just as an example, this is crazy. And I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the exact number. But there's such a mass exodus, like a net loss of 100,000 people per year leaving California. That was the latest statistic. And if you really want to see it, there's a great website called howmoneywalks.com that shows the exodus from high tax and high burden and high regulation states to no tax and low burden states. It's fascinating. I think there's a book that goes with it. Tony Robbins, I think, mentions it in his latest book, Money Mastering the Game. Is that what it's called? Something like that. But if you want to take a U-Haul truck to California from Texas, it will cost you maybe $200. But if you want to take it from California to Texas, it'll cost you $2,000 because there's a whole bunch of them sitting in Texas, and they're running out of them, and they won't charge you a lot to bring them back to California because everyone's moving in one direction. And this is happening all over. It's amazing how many people I know that are leaving California because they're getting screwed somehow, some way. And the new regulations that are going to pass this next year are going to make it incredibly difficult. Watch what happens. I'm going to make a prediction right now that California in 2019 and 2020 will have the greatest exodus of wealth and job-creating individuals ever in their history.
Well, maybe they need to legalize marijuana.
They have, and if you want to do that, that's cool, and the tax revenue is great. I know in Colorado, it's been such a boom for them that they're actually using some of the tax revenue to help the homeless.
There you go.
That's cool.
And there's nothing wrong with weed. I don't smoke it, but gosh darn it.
No, I haven't in 30 years.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I would say there's something wrong with it. It's better not to do it at all. However,
agreed. Yeah.
If alcohol's legal and
Right.
you can go out and get drunk legally, well, then why couldn't you smoke a joint legally? If you can smoke cigarettes legally,
Right.
why can't you smoke a joint legally? So I'm not. I would vote for, or not vote, but I mean I vote for personal choice. But
Agreed.
I would say that like weed is it's actually less harmful than alcohol.
Who do you know that has died or heard of someone dying from complications from like cirrhosis of the liver or alcohol poisoning or something like that? And then how many people do you know that get screwed up from smoking a joint?
Zero.
Exactly.
You don't hear about them smoking a joint and getting in a crash. You don't hear them about smoking a joint and freaking robbing a bank.
We shouldn't get blazed and go
fight.
down, the strip fast in your car. That would be stupid. You're not gonna go too fast in the strip anyway. But it's all government regulation, and I'm paraphrasing here because I can't remember how it all worked, but I believe it had something to do with the Hearst family and all the paper products. When all that was coming up, someone wanted to use hemp to create the hemp paper, and somehow someone didn't want to do it and they wanted to have the paper instead, and so then they classified those hemp products as a marijuana product, and they classified everything as a drug. And hemp has a lot of industrial uses.
Sure.
And there's a lot of benefits, like CBD oil, which has very little or no THC, but it has a lot of other health properties. But there's so much bias and nonsense. And also, think about it like this: if it's naturally occurring, the FDA can't patent something that is naturally occurring. But what they'll do is they'll take strains out of it and they'll make blends and different tinctures and stuff like that. Then they can patent it. Then they can regulate it. And that's why big pharma and even the alcohol companies are getting into that whole industry, but it's going to be modified. And a lot of these mom and pop people that are doing it are going to get squeezed out.
Sure. It's a machine.
Yeah. And just without going too deep down the rabbit hole, it's my understanding that a lot of the people that are getting licenses to get dispensaries here in Nevada might have special ties and relationships which push them to the front of the line. I'm just saying that's an entirely possible, thing.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, because most people are out there running around. They're not getting licenses for distributorships or dispensaries.
Right.
So if I were sitting there listening to this podcast with John Spencer Ellis, and I want to make a little side money, I want to freaking become a guru. Do you have any advice for people that want to become a guru or a coach or a mentor? Do you have to know something first, or can you just build a business anyway?
We all have a special talent, skill, ability, or experience that we've done so much over time that we don't think it's a big damn deal anymore. But I'm sure you've done something and people go, wow, that's really great. I would love to learn how to do that. And you're thinking, man, that's nothing. I've been doing that for years. And it's just that
So you're saying everyone has an expertise.
Everybody has an expertise. Everyone has an expertise they can monetize.
That's what I'm talking about. You know our vision here at Lightspeed, right? Get the knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it, which means everybody. Everybody needs Lightspeed, and let me tell you why. What you just said. Everybody has some knowledge that they can share with the world and make people more successful, and everyone can use some knowledge that they don't possess themselves that can make them more successful. So literally, when I say get the knowledge from the people who have it, I mean everybody, right, to the people who need it, which is everybody. Now, you teach people that are already out there, as an expert, but you can also probably help somebody that they don't necessarily even know their expertise, but they could develop one, find one, package one, and monetize it.
100%.
Where would they go?
You're asking about how I can serve them?
No, I want the bomb squad to hear the solution to what I just said, which would go to theonlineexpertempire.com.
Yes.
At least to investigate.
Okay, onlineexpertempire.com. That's a comprehensive training course that I created that absolutely will give you the step-by-step instructions to take your passion, your expertise, your experience, or your hobby and turn it into an online empire to where you can train, coach, mentor, or otherwise instruct people on how to do the same. And
make money.
You can do it location independently as well, so you can get out of those high-tax states.
Yeah, well, I know that this program is not yet on Lightspeed. It will be soon, more than likely.
Yep.
But it's still delivered on what?
What format?
Like if I bought the course, what would I be logging into?
It's on Wishlist.
What's that?
Wishlist member is a
member site.
Yeah, it's a member.
So it's
site.
just a bunch of videos.
It's this is the Lightspeed pitch right now.
No, I'm just wondering. It's just a bunch of videos.
No, it's not just a bunch of videos.
What is it?
It is some.
Does it ask me questions? Does it adapt to who I am, or is it just one size fits all?
Here it is, crew. Here it is.
Is it one size fits all?
No, it's actually not.
How does it customize to me?
Because there are core modules, and then you decide which avenue you want to take first to generate revenue.
Gotcha.
You can do all the modules if you choose. I don't want people to go out and go, I'm going to make money 10 different ways all at once. It's too much and you'll do nothing well. But you go through all the core curriculum that is in a chronological order. And then you can choose, how will I decide to make money? How will I monetize? And then once you establish one, then you can add another and another and another, because it's all about multiple.
How much is that
revenue.
course you sell it for?
It's under $300.
See, this is what I was saying earlier. When you were broke, you bought a book. That book pretty much taught you some shit to make more money, and next thing you know, you're living in a penthouse. Most people are too afraid to make a stupid little investment. If you don't have $300, folks, you probably need it worse than the people that do. If you have $300 and you don't get it, well, then that's because maybe you went to his website or Googled him and found something you didn't like, or you're not interested in being a guru. But folks, all I'm telling people, and I'm going to drop a bomb on this, invest in yourself. Too many people do not want to invest in themselves because of a couple reasons. One, I always find they're skeptical of you. You just want my $300, folks. There's books in a library that can teach you how to make $1 million marketing. You think the person put that out because they wanted $20 from you and the information's straight garbage? Or do you think maybe they wanted to help people learn what they know and they just put a $20 price tag on it?
Yeah.
Do you have a money back guarantee?
I do.
See?
There's a money back guarantee. What's crazy too, I just had a sushi meeting last night with my buddy Kiala, and he goes, "Why isn't this $3,000?" And I said, "I know it should be."
Should be.
You're right.
Well, dude, I might even buy it because I'm a little bit of a speaker and I'm a little bit of an influencer, and I want to learn how to monetize.
You're a big damn deal.
I want to sell Dropping Bomb memberships. I want to charge to get all this valuable information. Actually, I don't.
Well, you're paying it forward right now, and that's one of the most important things I learned. It was probably from Eben Pagan, and he said, "Move the free line." I'm not sure if he created that phrase, but he probably popularized it. So I stole it from him, but I'm giving Evan credit right now. So you move the free line. So you want to give away as much quality content, good content as possible.
Is that where Gary V got his shit?
I don't
Who
know.
was first? Eben, which
Well,
I've never
Eben
heard
has
of.
been, you know Eben? Or
I've
no?
never heard of him.
Oh, Eben, E-B-A-N-E-N, I forget, Pagan. It's kind of an interesting name. He started in the information and dating space with his business called Double Your Dating, and he had a pen name, David D'Angelo.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's very smart. He's a smart guy. So he was actually one of the first people I learned from online
Well,
as
that's Gary V's jab, 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 right hook.
Similar, yeah. Give more than you think you need to, and give your good stuff too. A lot of people, and I learned this too, and I was wrong before I did it the way I do it now. Is I don't want to give my best stuff because I want them to pay for it. Now I give them my best stuff, but then I have more of my best stuff.
So should I give them my best stuff and then charge them for the shit nobody wants?
No.
Should I give them my best stuff and then charge them for? What else would I charge for?
So you let's just say you have 20 parts of something.
Yeah.
It's all really good. Instead of giving away just 2, try giving away 5 of the 20.
Yeah.
So give away more of your best stuff, and there's still a lot more of your best stuff that you can charge for. So it's quality, but it's incomplete because there's more that they can buy. It's just that you want to make sure you're not giving away your crap.
Right. Well, listen, if I ever come out with a course, and I will, folks, Bomb Squad, pay attention. Like right now, I'm doing a free course for the Lightspeed Army. Have you heard of the Army?
No, but apparently I need to enlist.
I'm building an army, and I'm going to build an army of salespeople, an army of reps, an army of passionate individuals that want to help make the world a better place. Because in order for me to get the knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it, I need an army. Not everyone's going to hear about Lightspeed, even if I spend millions and millions of dollars every year trying to get them to. So I thought, listen, since I have a training system and since I can train anybody on how to sell the product and make recurring revenue and do a little side hustle, why not go into the studios, film a really extensive course on how to sell the Lightspeed system to businesses because they buy it pretty easily, and just give it away. And let someone make a little side hustle. If you want to go full-time, go full-time. You want to go part-time, go part-time.
So you create the opportunity for them
without charging them.
It's a turnkey.
I'm not
smart.
People are saying, "What's the catch?" And I'm like, "Dude, there is no catch. The catch is you're going to help me build my business and you're going to make yourself some side money." And by the way, I've got people making $50,000 a month doing it.
Really?
Right? Oh yeah. I got people making $100,000 a month doing it. I got some people making $1,000 a month doing it. But it's all, what are you doing? Who you talking to? What's your circle of influence? How hard are you working? Et cetera. Just like anything. But I'm not charging anyone for it. It's over $50,000 in production just for the content, because it's going to end up 3, 4, 5 hours. But that's all right, because I'm going to make an investment, give people opportunity, and how do I win? I win by them going out and getting me a bunch of accounts, and then I'm going to pay them every month on those accounts.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so I'm going to build an army, and then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to charge a mastermind $10,000 a head to companies and people, maybe like you or anybody that wants to learn how I built an army, and how do I start my own army, and it's going to be cultural based. They're going to buy all the shirts and gear, and it's going to be fun, and we're going to have events and yak. But at the end of the day, then I can charge $10,000 to show people how to start their own army. Mm-hmm. Now, if I started an army and I had 30,000 reps, Lightspeed fans, warriors, soldiers in the world, waging war against mediocrity, getting the knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it, and there's people out there doing better that aligns with my vision, and I was making millions of dollars because of the collective force of that, and I showed you, hey, give me $10,000, I'll show you how to start an army. Would you pay it?
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you can monetize something just because you give shit away. Mm-hmm. You can monetize stuff later. I can tell the army later, hey, if you want to learn advanced secrets to double your own efforts, come to a $995 workshop in Vegas this weekend, and 500 people show up. I make $500,000, spend $100 on the event, and now I make money that way. But I believe in the giving things away. So everything I'm doing here coming up, I'm giving away. But then once everybody's making money, that's when I'm going to figure out a way to monetize it. And when I offer a course, people, listen up. When I offer a course, I can promise you it'll be worth far more than what I'm charging, unless you don't do anything, because no course in the world is worth a fuck if you're not going to execute the information that's in there. I can't tell you how many people buy courseware from customers and then don't even log in. Right, because we can see who logs in, who doesn't, et cetera.
So do you think they got caught up in the hype, or what
they got caught up in the hype or whatever? But what that doesn't piss me off, because like I bought a treadmill, nobody came to my house to see if I was riding it. But at the end of the day, dude, don't buy a course, not log in, and then talk shit and say the course doesn't work.
Right.
I've seen that where like one of my clients puts out a course, someone buys it, and now they're online saying, yeah, it's fucking scam, it doesn't work, and then I look them up. I always immediately, I don't see that too often, but when I do, I look the person up and I go, oh, cool. They didn't even log in. He's out talking shit saying it didn't work when they didn't log in. Guess what, folks? You not only have to log in, you have to go through the course. Not only do you have to go through the course, you have to go through the course repeatedly. Not only do you have to go through the course repeatedly, you actually have to get off your fat ass and do something with the information. That's when the course starts to work. That's when testimonials start to take place.
You should have done a screenshot that showed he never logged in and put it in the comments of his post.
I didn't want to go that far, but I can tell you this.
That would have been funny, though.
Invest in yourself is where I was going with all that. You need to invest in yourself, whether it's John Spencer Ellis or whether it's one of my other clients, because John will be a client anyway, or you'll never even hear this podcast because I'm only going to release it when. No, I'm just joking. But at the end of the day, folks, listen, go follow John Spencer Ellis. You can go find him at johnspencerellis.com. You can check him out on Instagram. Is that your main thing?
Yeah.
At John Spencer Ellis. Dude, he can teach you how to freaking generate an online business, even if you don't know your expertise. And the $300, dude, is stupid. I mean, anyone that can't produce at least 300 in return based on what you're talking about teaching them, then they're just not doing the work.
Yeah. And there is accountability, and it's very easy to understand. There's a lot of material. I give away a lot of information, but it's modularized in a way and micronized content, which makes it easy to understand, and you just follow step by step by step. And I literally even go over at the beginning of it, like, this is how you incorporate. This is how you buy your domain. This is how you set up a blog. I mean, literally it goes through all of that as well.
Nice.
In addition to the high level training and even video editing on all kinds of stuff.
Just like old Gary V, man. He'll teach you how to go to garage sales and freaking garage sale.
Yeah.
Flip shit on eBay. Well, dude, what would you rather do? Turn yourself into a freaking expert and a guru, or go fucking hit garage sales every weekend?
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who want to do that, but
Or go do that and then become the expert
Yeah.
at garage selling. But Gary Vee's already teaching that.
well, I'm going to turn the tables on you real quick. I know you want to wrap this up here in a sec, but I'm curious. So you have been in business for several years.
20 years.
And you're kicking butt. Your business is this studio, this building, this whole thing is super, super impressive. If people haven't been here, I'm telling you, it is awesome and super impressive. The first time I came to your office, I'm like, holy crap.
We don't play, dude.
This is legit.
Dude, I quit school because of recess. I don't play.
Oh my God, it's so funny. So, but you have recently become more of an online influencer.
I'm also frivolous.
You're frivolous.
That's right. Look it up.
Spell it.
Frivelous. Frivolous.
Wow. Survey says.
Anyway,
I think you got it.
It means that I waste money.
Okay. As opposed to frugal. The antithesis of frugal.
It is.
Spell antithesis.
And, well, it's easily spelt. ANTHISYS. No, SIS.
You know why I had you do that? Because I'm dyslexic and I couldn't do it. I'm just messing with you.
Do you know what a dyslexic, insomniac, atheist does all night?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I know this. Wait. They stay up all night wondering if there really is a dog.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Okay, good.
Okay, go. Anyway, you're asking questions.
So,
Building's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm as impressive as it gets. I hear you.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Like it would blow your hair back if you got any.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's really impressive. But you become more of an online influencer as of late, and the trajectory is pretty rapid.
Is it?
I think so.
I haven't noticed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a couple years ago,
You'd never heard of me.
Well, you and I have a lot of mutual friends, but I didn't know what you did. And then, you're here in Vegas and you're kicking butt with all this kind of stuff, but you're kind of like, until recently, I would,
The guy behind the guy.
yeah, you're like,
I'm the dude that closes the dude that
Yeah.
teaches you to close.
what was that in that movie, Tropic Thunder? He says, I'm just a dude playing another dude.
I'm the dude playing a dude, pretending to be another
Another
dude.
dude.
Yeah, something like that.
Wasn't that Robert Downey Jr. who
Yep,
said that? Oh
sure
my God.
was,
Oh my
sure
God. So
was.
funny. So it just seems that you're coming on strong in that. What do you attribute that to?
Other influencers giving me a little freaking shine.
Mm-hmm.
Me showing up on people's stages and feeds and other people resonating with my mission, which is to help the whole world become more successful. I think people connect with the authenticity and the realness. And I got, decent freaking graphic artists making some cool shit.
Your team is awesome.
Thank you.
They're all super talented, and at the production value of everything is like first rate. No joke. I'm not just blowing smoke. It's really freaking impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. You might go somewhere, kid.
But what's the point? What's the point you're making? I want to drop another bomb before we wrap up.
It's interesting to me to see people have a rapid trajectory once they set their mind to do something. Because a lot of people say they execute, they may execute, but they wallow in mediocrity.
Yeah.
And then that causes frustration too.
Well, to make your point, then maybe you're right, because at some point, I think it was about a year and a half ago, I noticed Grant Cardone blowing up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, all that dude is doing is he's recording pretty much everything he says, no matter what conversation he's having. He names it something, slaps a thumbnail on it, and now all of a sudden everyone knows who he is. Plus, he spent a lot of money marketing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, anyone can freaking do that, I think. And so I said, let me try to freaking do that. So I just started, having a dude follow me around with a camera, and, that led to a couple speeches and then a couple podcasts, and then boom, sure enough, it started to accelerate. So maybe that is exactly what I did, what you just said people need to do.
You have to document things that allow people in to what they otherwise wouldn't see.
You want to be authentic and produce content.
Well, it's well, authentic is one thing. I was going to give the example of a reality show. I've been on 4 reality shows on TV, and
Which ones?
I was on 2 seasons of The Real Housewives.
Lame.
I totally agree, but it doubled my business. Don't give a shit.
Okay, keep going.
And that was on another show. I think it was called Life Moments. That was
Lame.
That was up for. I thought you were my friend, man.
Keep going.
And that won an Emmy, although not because of my contribution. And that was on another one on Fox Reality called Camp Reality.
Lame. So let me ask
And
you.
I forget what the hell the other
The
one
Real
was.
Housewives. Which wife were you?
Yeah. Oh, all right. That's it. I'm out of here. This interview is over.
Is that Bethany Frankel? Old deal?
No, that was New York. So
But it's still Real Housewife.
yeah, but
Because there's Orange County.
and it was Orange County because I was from
Well, that's
California.
a big show, dude. That's a lot of exposure.
Dude, it was my business literally doubled in 1 month. I didn't have to pay for any advertising. I got a whole bunch of other stuff on cable TV.
Do you know how to get people on those shows?
I can tell you if you may or may not want to participate.
Yeah, but you should
in
make
it.
a course on that.
I have been asked that several times. Here's what I can tell you, and this is I swear this is true. I really did train these ladies. I was their coach, their fitness instructor, their life coach, and their nutrition coach. All that was real. But if you go on in the capacity of an expert rather than being fodder for the show, it will grow your business. So I had a clear objective when I was on the show of what I was going to do. And I knew when it was going to air, and I knew how I was going to create the hype around it. And I knew how I was going to parlay it. And I still benefit from that today. And I was on season 3 and 4, and that was filmed in 2007 and 8 and 9, something like that. And I still benefit.
That's
from
called
that.
residual.
Yeah, but here's the crazy part. Back then, they didn't get paid a lot for the show, and my part on the show, I got paid nothing, 0. But I actually made more.
Au contraire.
I made more money from the show than the stars of the show did that year.
Yeah.
Because of the residual income.
Well, that's because you're smart and you realize the value of attention.
I tried to get some of the ladies from the show to do projects with me that we could parlay it, and they wouldn't follow through. And I'm thinking, you guys have a gold mine here. It's insane.
Yeah. A lot of those
following.
reality stars don't know how to monetize.
Oh my God! Now some of them get over $1 million a season.
Yeah, but look at like Mike the Situation.
Well,
from
he's
the real
going
world.
to federal prison for tax evasion.
I was going to say now he's in a situation.
The federal situation.
And a lot of those guys, they don't know how to monetize because they're not business people.
Yeah.
They got thrown into the media and they got the attention and they didn't know how to turn it into a business, which is your specialty. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that you would take advantage of the situation.
You have to, and it can serve you very well. In closing, because I know you want to wrap.
Dude, this is going to be the longest episode in the history of dropping bombs.
That we can create our own reality shows. This is where I want to come full circle. Online. I think Ty Lopez does this very well. People love him or hate him, but he has done it well. He has created his own reality show, and his channels on social media is his Bravo or his E or his USA Network. And everyone can do exactly the same. You just need to do it and be interesting and add value and then monetize it.
And have characters. Don't
You
just
have to-
make it yourself. I see too many people trying to do that, and all it is them. Dude, people want characters. That's why Ty's got Rome.
Yeah.
He's got Zach. He's got the girls. He's got the cars. He's got the farms. He's got the horses. He's got Maya. He's got his whole cast of characters.
Yeah, it's very smart.
Grant, he's got Jared. He's got his salespeople. He's got Elena.
He's
He's got his kids.
Is that the pilot? Who is
The pilot.
His pilot, yeah.
Old Captain Jack.
Yeah.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
It's smart. And we all have the opportunity to do that because this right here.
It's a TV station.
Absolutely. And
That's right.
what I just learned too, that show on Netflix called Black Mirror.
Yeah.
This is the Black Mirror. It's when your phone is off. You can see yourself in the reflection of a digital phone when it's off. And it's all about technology and how it integrates and innervates our life, and we are inseparable from it. But this is the Black Mirror. That's the guy's name. I never knew that. Woo!
Folks, I'm going to have him back so you guys can pick up some more bombs from this fella. Go follow John Spencer Ellis. Check him out. see if you can't freaking go get one of his courses. He doesn't have a code he can give you. The only reason he lets go of a quarter is to get a better grip. Apparently he'll freaking coast down the hill to fucking save gas. So he wouldn't take one dime off for the bomb squad. But if you do buy it, make sure you shoot him a little comment or something to let him know you heard it in the bomb squad room. Till next time, folks.